Hey guys, today we're going to be fitting a 79 Landcruiser Scoop to a Hilux Bonnet. But before we get started, if you could hit the subscribe button, that'd be fantastic. You could use any scoop, but the most universal ones we have is the 105 scoop or the 80 series scoop. And just because they have quite a flat base, and they're a good starting point for anything. As you can see, it's quite flat. So we're going to have to do some modifications up the front here to make this work. Where it starts to curve away, I'm going to put a cut all the way through here. Same on the other side, and see if we can get this thing to pull down. We're going to have to trim a bit off the front so we can make this work. I reckon we may have to put another cut in it, but we'll just see how we go. We'll start with one cut. Alright, so that's starting to look good, but we're binding here. It's not giving me enough flex to pull it right down. So I'm going to take it back to the grinder, going to take a little bit more out on each side, and that'll help give us a little bit more flexibility. Alright, so it is feeling quite good, but I would still like a tiny bit more flex in it, so I'm going to put another cut in it. Okay, so that's looking a lot better. We can get that to come down now, which is nice. What we're going to do is we're going to trim a bit off the front just to match it up with the bonnet. So I'm just going to run some measurements, make sure I'm happy with the positioning of it. Next thing I'm going to do is put a few screws in it, and that'll just fix it down. And then I can start to fiberglass these sections back together. So I'm just going to V these splits out, and that'll mean that when I put the material in there, it won't be sitting up proud. Okay, and it'll also prep it at the same time. So here we've got some polyester fiberglass resin, and I'm just about to put some catalyst in it. We're running at 2% today. Going to mix it well with our stirring stick. So this is chopped strand matting, which is your most common kind of fiberglass mat reinforcement that you use. So this matting is 450 GSM, which is grams per square metre. It's a good thickness to be working with for this kind of job. Alright, so here we are. We're just going to wet it out. Put our mat over the top. It's the beauty of fiberglass. You can modify anything very simply. The reason I'm only using one layer is because it'll get too thick otherwise, and it'll be hard to finish off. So we'll do a one layer on top, and then we'll flip it up, and we could do another layer underneath just to give it a bit more strength. I'm just avoiding those screws there so we can still get them out easy enough. We can't have any cracks left exposed, and just put filler in them, because that will be a recipe for disaster. We'll have cracks come through if we do that. So I'm not going all the way to the edges because I didn't prep past there, so there's no need for me to glass there because I'll just have to grind it off anyway. I'm just going where I need to go, and then the rest of it will just will just come off when we go to prep it. Alright, so I've applied a bit of filler. I've used this as a screed, just an old bit of fiberglass scrap. I applied the filler, and then I scraped it in with the screed. Just saves a lot of time. You can see any highs and lows, go over the top of it, put a bit more filler in it. You don't have to sand it back, wait, just to figure out where the highs and lows are. Here we're going to sand this back with this 8-inch Orbi, and then check out the shape. I can see the shape by just putting something straight over the top of it, and make sure it's uniform all the way through. And then we've got some bits to finish off here, go over the rest of it. Make sure it meets up against the edge of the bonnet here. I'm just going to fill in between there and there. Same at the back there, so we get a perfectly fitting scoop. Fits directly onto this bonnet. Hey, so we're at the end of the pattern here. We've spent quite a few hours getting the shape right as to how we want it, and going over it. It's prepared, ready to start to apply some gel coat and start to mould off. Thanks for watching.